Welcome, message run the streets. And I'm sitting in my car, right? It's raining outside, so I decided to drop it live. I really don't be doing live, so bear with me. But I have a topic that I want to expound on, speak on, express myself. And the topic is dealing with the up and coming presidential election and the divisive division that is going on in the black community about Harris and Trump. So it has been documented that a lot of so-called black men are gravitating to the Trump camp. We also have some so-called black women gravitating to the Trump camp. And some of the reasoning behind it, it doesn't make sense to me because they're attempting to say that, the Republicans going to do better for the so-called blacks than what the Democrats have done. A lot of people say, we sick of the Democrats. They haven't addressed certain issues. They haven't done anything for so-called blacks in the last so many years, right? I can't dispute that or argue with that because I agree. Even in the Obama administration, there was little to nothing done to, contribute to the advancement of the cause of so-called blacks. And I'm gonna speak on a few things that I'm disappointed in the Democrats with, but they lost me. I never voted, and I'm never gonna vote until a new party comes. A party that's built on, from a different foundation from these two parties. Both of these parties are built on some form of white nationalists, white supremacy, or white male dominancy. This is the foundation of these parties, both of them. So nobody can try to convince me otherwise. Both of these parties' foundation, moral fibers are rotten and twisted to the core. And the crazy thing about it is what they did was they actually did their old switcheroo game. The Dixiecrats of the former time, which was mostly white nationalists, racist people, they are in the Republican Party today. A lot of so-called blacks and even so-called whites don't want to believe that. But when you look at it and check the statistics and the stats and look at the census, every last white nationalist group in the United States support the Republican Party. Not just they support the Republican Party, they support Donald J. Trump. It's some type of law of attraction there. Yet, the things about the Democrats that really sickens me is their very overextended liberal operations. Whereas though they say they're sell their souls for votes. And the agenda that's going on in the school system, the agenda that's going on in the Olympics, the agenda that's going on in society at large, it is out of order. OC. See what I'm saying? I'm not saying nothing about a person's personal choice and preference in life or what you do, but that stuff do not belong in the elementary schools. That stuff do not belong in professional competition, biological male, going into a physical confrontation with a woman in boxing and wrestling. Y'all can miss me with that. You can never convince me that this is a correct way. And anybody that believes that, that's mean that your mind is messed up. Your mind has been twisted. You have made a compromise with the dark side. And on the other side, when people think that so-called blacks going to be better off going with the Republicans, most blacks have conservative views. But the conservative party of the day is not the conservative party of Abraham Lincoln. It's not the conservative party of Theodore Roosevelt. This conservative party is dealing with white nationalists. And the only thing you got to do is go around the country and just look. Look at the rallies that Trump is having. Look at the information in the very low vibration dealing with hatred and slander. Donald J. Trump comes out his mouth and spit venom, and people saying, "Oh, he's a Christ-like figure. He's the Christ. He's going to save us. He's going to save us." Trump can't save you. Only but Jesus can save you. Trump can't save you. Trump is actually deflection of the truth of the Christ. He's everything that Christ. He's everything that Christ not, and Christ is everything that Trump is not. Trump is a charlatan. He's a politician magician. He want to be king. Jesus didn't even want to be a king. But this is a whole nother story. I'm just putting this out here so some people can start their thinking and reasoning and come to your own conclusion and stop listening to the media. So sometimes people come to me and they assume that I have been indoctrinated by the media, but fathers for the truth. Ever since I was a kid, I always went and read. When I first came to the conclusion that something was going wrong in this world, I went and got books. I started doing research. I started searching. And right now today, when I'm telling people stuff, I say, man, I ain't telling you what I heard. I'm telling you that I learned. I got this from this place, this place, this place, and this place. I ain't just if I heard something sound kind of interesting or suspicious, I'm going to go research it. But most people, they are parrots, and they parroting what sounds good to them. They haven't done no research. They have no validity or foundation of what they speaking on out of their mouth. That's why they get in certain places. Let's take Mr. Trump for instances. Some of the things that Trump speak on, he sound very intellectual, but then when they get into certain topics, he don't even know what he's talking about. You know, one of my buddies, one of my best friend, is he's saying that, you know, he had noticed that about Kamala, and everything that he was saying that he's saying about Kamala, I seen the same thing about Trump, and not just from my perspective. Other people have pointed this thing out as well. So this video is basically about how so-called blacks are nothing but slaves in 2024, and what we're doing is we voting for the children of the slave masters of our foreparents, and they got us in a political frenzy. They got us, you know, divided. Oh, you got to be with the blue or the red. You got to be with the Crips or the Bloods. And all the time, we don't have to be with none of them. What so-called blacks got to do is come together. A difficult task, but it is possible. They make it seem impossible. They say, you know what? You can't be the Democrats or the Republicans. You got to be with one. But it's so-called blacks that really got that guap out there, got that bread, got that cheddar, got that cheese. They put that stuff together. It can be another party. A party that will take this civilization and culture to a whole nother level. And as long as so-called blacks are scared and afraid and unwilling to get together and talk and put their resources together to support and create a new party that will nullify both of these parties from the left and the right, because both of these parties has failed us. I can prove it. What's the deficit? $35 trillion. Who did it? The Democrats and the Republicans. And now you're going to say, well, we're going to vote for this one or that one, and you got to vote for one because your vote, if you don't put your vote up, that means that your vote was wasted, and you squandered your opportunity, and you don't got nothing to say about the political situation. That's propaganda. That's mental manipulation. That is hogwash. I don't watch football, but I can still speak on it. I don't do a lot of things, but I have knowledge about it, so I can speak on it. And I don't have to fit in the paradigm of the insanity that most people put themselves in. You clicking up, you supporting a system that don't work, is on its way out. People want to hold on. This is the thing about people. We traditionalists, we want to hold on. We never want this way of life to end. But it is the straws and the pins, the bricks are being pulled from under the foundation. This junk gonna fall. And what we gonna have to stand on? Nobody knows, because we're not preparing. We think that we done took on a European state of consciousness. And I'm not saying this to be biased, because I done talked to some European Caucasian so-called white people, and they believe that America is never gonna fall. They believe that America is different from Babylon, from Greece, from Egypt, from Persia. They think that America is the exception to the rule. And then I heard some spiritual people. They was talking that they don't see America in the Bible. America is in the Bible. America is the great whore that sits on many waters, have committed fornication with the kings of the earth. Every government on this planet that had some type of resources, America did some type of willing and dealing with it, committed fornication. And when you read that, a lot of people say, "Oh, well, that's talking about the Catholic Church." It could be talking about the Catholic Church too. It don't mean that it don't have multiple meanings about who Babylon is. Babylon, the great whore that sits on many waters, committed fornication with the kings of the earth. Hey, that's her. That is this junk, man. And the culture is showing us who America is in plain sight. All the compromises, the morals and the principles of the founding fathers and foundations and the ethnic operation that people that came before us, that stuff don't mean nothing. All it's anything goes, and when anything goes, this means this joint about to blow. See what I'm saying? Sodom and Gomorrah, right here. And I'm not just saying that. See, a lot of people think that Sodom and Gomorrah is just about homosexuality. Sodom and Gomorrah is about homosexuality, but it's not the whole thing. Homosexuality had, as it was magnified in the book of Genesis, in the allegory, the story, or the actual event of Lot and his daughters and his wife, what it was saying that there was a low vibration in that city. There was a very low vibration, and homosexuality was a part of that vibration, but also the government was corrupt, just like the United States. Also, the court system was corrupt, just like the United States. Also, the citizens of the country or the region, they was corrupt. It said that they would let people come into their town in the book of Joshua, and they will not sell them no food and watch them die. This is wickedness. According to the biblical scriptures, they said that their sins have reached the heavens. And that's what happened. And what people think, they say, well, God did it, God ain't do it, they did it. Like we doing it. We're stirring up the ethers right now for a catastrophic event to take place right here in the United States. And then they haven't taken place yet because the Most High still got those that still love them, still trying to hold on and do the right thing. But what's going to happen is that the true believers, they're getting ready to die out. They're about to transition on. And then we're going to have a planet full of devils. Democratic devils, Republican devils, independent devils, devils. And that's going to be the frequency, and that's going to be the beginning of the end, man. Back to the political situation. Now, we got this lady, Kamala Harris. A lot of black men, they saying, you know what? We don't mess with her because how she carried it when she was over there in California. Woo, 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 woo. I feel it. I feel you. I comprehend that. You know, and, you know, my thing is that, like when Donald Trump was the president, I already knew that there was a lot of stuff that was going to be against him. I actually was rooting for him in a sense because he had some information that he was speaking on that was on the outside of the box of what the traditional politician would speak on. I gave him an opportunity. And he got in there and he showed me who he was. He was a liar. He was a thief. He was a charlatan. He was a white nationalist. He was a police state type of dude. All that. Joe Biden, a lot of people say, yeah, Joe Biden was with the war on drugs, locked up all the blacks. I said, you know what, I'm going to give him a chance. Because just like Joe Biden, when he came into office, he wasn't the Joe Biden of 20 years ago. Just like I wasn't the same person that when he came in office that I was 20 years ago. So I got to give him a chance. And I'm saying the same thing about Ms. Harris. Is she still the same? She's going to show herself if she get the opportunity to be the president. But let's go to Joe Biden. Joe Biden get in there. And I gave him an opportunity. First thing came up, he started talking sassy to so-called blacks, telling us that we got to get in our place, get and more or less talking about get in line. The Hispanic population was going to be moving in, and they was going to be the number one reason for the season. And he told the so-called whites that that they're going to be the minority in the year 2040. But what Joe Biden came in on the pandemic situation, trying to force people to get inoculated, trying to infringe on our constitution rights. I wasn't with that crazy junk, man. Man, that's one thing about me. And this is the thing about you. You got to be able to think. And in that sense, I was most definitely, more on the conservative side with that, where those were the people that was highly against being inoculating, getting the jab. I'm still against the jab. Didn't get the jab, and ain't gonna never get the jab. I don't care if another COVID 20 come out. I'm not getting that jab. See what I'm saying? Y'all can do what y'all do. See what I'm saying? That is a part of, the foundation of the Constitution, the right to choose. Y'all try to make people feel bad talking about woo, 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 woo. And now right now today, I know so many people that got suckered in by Joe Biden and that administration, how they was operating above that CV-19 junk, where though they regret they got the junk. Most of the people that got on the defibrillators, they're not here no more. You know what I'm saying? But they were saving people. So we got to be careful. And that's why my situation is what it is. I don't trust the buzzards right wing or the buzzards left wing, because it takes two wings to make a buzzard fly. I'm not down with that, but if you are down with it, that's on you. So-called black people, we have to come together or plant the seeds of truth, because they got in a Republican Party, which a lot of them trying to get you to go over to alternative truth. They're gonna lie to you. Look at this lady Marjorie Greene Taylor. She a chicken all over the place, man. She all over the place, man. And y'all saying so support people like this, so these people can run the country and lead us into the direction. But I do think this. If this meant for the Republicans to be, it don't matter what I think or what anybody think. If it's meant for the Democrats to be, it ain't what I think. It ain't what nobody think. It's just going to be. And people, we going to keep on living on within this situation until it come to a head and it's going to blow. See what I'm saying? One thing for sure, we have to do better. We have to do better, not just for us, but for our children and our children's children. Some of these people that got so much financial foundations, they don't care. They don't. The issues that are a part of the so-called black issues is not a part of their issues, and they're so-called black. If Trump get back in the presidency, I guarantee you 1,000% that he's not going to address reparations. Not even going to bring it up, and that's what so-called Negroes like. They love for the slave master to keep on whooping them. If Trump becomes the president, 100%, there's not going to be an anti-black hate crime law even put up on the table. Is Kamala Harris going to do it? I don't know. And if I would have to say so, I would say no. Because two wings, same bird. And the agenda of this country, they got what is called quantum possibilities. If the Republicans take the rim, we're going to go this way, but we still going to get to this destination. If the Democrats take the ring, we're going to go this way, we're going to still reach the same destination. And the destination, it doesn't include those that considered to be the undesirables, the so-called blacks, the poor whites, the Hispanics, the people that are not financially cool, the people that's on drugs, the people that's in poverty, the people that got different, got identity challenges, so forth and so on. Y'all out here keep on voting for these people. When they put the knife in you, they gonna do you. I'm getting ready to go, but I'm gonna tell you something. Back in 1991, this is one of the first times that I became politically jarred. And I was reading the Time magazine, and who was it? I think it was Clinton, Bush, Ross Perot, if I can recall correctly. So that's one of the first times I ever watched that stuff. But what happened was, I'm reading the New York Times, and they was talking about a post nuclear attack thing, the post Cold War thing. And I'm gonna tell you, you can research what I'm about to tell you right now. There is a hotel, or was a hotel, in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, whereas though the congresspersons, if there was a attack, they had access to this hotel with all different types of transportation, underground trains and all that stuff like that. And once they go into that that bomb shelter thing, it had a big vault door. And I remember they got the door from Chicago. And when they go in there and they close it, nobody could get in. And I don't know if it was time sensitive, but look what was inside of there. They had remembrance, things that they could remember their gods. They got big busts of the president's heads. They got bathrooms with gold and stuff in there. It was a luxury type of place. That was a fallout shelter, food in there for I don't know how long. But the whole thing about it was, it wasn't for me. It wasn't for you. And I was, and it jarred me. I was upset about that. I said, hold up. The people paying the taxes, but these are people that got this place of a safe haven if a nuclear situation had happened, and all the other people and all the people gonna be out there dying. They had a thing where they had like a telescope that in a submarine where they could look up out of there and see what's going on the outside. You, your mama, your children could be on the outside banging on the door and they're not going to let you in. This is your government. See what I'm saying? And y'all over here still trying to fight for the left and the right, the Crips and the Bloods. Man, y'all insane out this junk, man. See what I'm saying? That's why we need a new wave, because the foundations and the agenda of what's going on in this current government and how it's set up, this not gonna never become the new Atlantis under the unconsciousness of the wicked, the wicked ideologies that's pushing forth this whole system. What's got to happen is a new way got to come in, an elevated thought. And I'm telling y'all, man, this elevated thought is not really about, if you melon obsessive or melon recessive, but it is about the ideas that you can grasp about a humane peace for everybody, where everybody's eating, everybody getting housing, everybody's getting medical treatment, everybody is getting the basic necessities, if they have money or if they don't have money. It's about cleaning up. It's not about exploiting the people. It's not causing a drug pandemic of opium or cocaine or heroin. It's about getting rid of all that stuff. See what I'm saying? Taking that stuff out of circulation. They talking about we can't take it out of circulation. You can't take it out of circulation because you don't want to take it out of circulation. Man, we got to wake up. And now they talking about, the woke thing. And they in the Olympics, they taking the idea of being woke or conscious and putting it under a banner of something that is not considered to be normal. And so the people from the Republican side, they like, those woke. What you want us to do, stay asleep? So you can keep on beating us, keep on keeping us enslaved mentally, psychologically, and even physically, working for slave wages? Look at the Republicans. They is against people being woke. They are against people being conscious. They have a crusade against people that say they woke or they conscious, and because they don't even know what it is. That's where their minds are at. They don't even think correctly when it comes to certain things. Am I saying that the Democrats had the best of the interests of the people? Nope. I think that their liberal ways don't have no boundaries, so that is very dangerous. So you can go over a cliff. You can be pushed out of the plane. You can have extreme left or extreme right is no good, no how, no way. We have to have a balance. And we got to, go through these situations and use intelligence instead of emotions and feelings. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring this live to a conclusion. I don't do lives, but I decided to do it because, I'm concerned about so-called blacks continuously riding in the car with the kidnapper, riding in the car with the murderer, riding in the car of the enslaver, riding in the car of the molester, riding in the car of the sodomizer. See what I'm saying? These are the things that this society and this current government and culture have done to so-called blacks and their own people and people of other nationalities and the natives, but we keep on riding. I bring you this message in love. I leave you this message in peace. Praise him that raised him. We got to do better. The truth is in you. You can feel it. You know it. Y'all know what we got to do. We just got to do it. One.